I was traveling westbound on Roscoe Boulevard, and a vehicle traveling eastbound in the wrong way of traffic collided head-on with me. I went 50 feet on the pavement into a parked vehicle where I ended up, and I ended up breaking my left ankle, hurting both knees, my back. Many people don't live to receive this award, so I'm honored to have it.
The Purple Heart is presented to Officer Joseph Gaw.
So we were at the hospital with my partner and I on an unrelated incident when we were approached by hospital staff alerting us that a male individual was alleging that he had a firearm. At that point, my partner and I made contact with the individual who was uncooperative, kept his arm behind his back, and stated multiple times he had a firearm, and for us to back off. Could have turned into a deadly situation, but we were able to de-escalate the situation and take him into custody without using much force. That situation was very dynamic, considering we had patients, we had hospital staff nearby, so we had to think about everybody's safety at the same time, thinking about the suspect's safety along with our safety. So we did the best to keep calm, give them concise directions, and pretty much come up with a plan that would mitigate the use of deadly force. And we were able to do that successfully, which was a turnout that we wanted.
For the career, it's great. It's nice to be recognized by the department. It is just, we did our job. It was just nice for the department to see how well the job went. But personally, it's even better. I have 2 little children who got to see me receive this award. So to have my family get to see how great it is to work for the department and how things are was probably better than the professional was the personal.
I think these are everyday heroes, and I think everybody can relate to that. We love our heroes, and the incredible bravery of our LAPD officers is commendable, and I wish more people in our community could see this so that they can see that, yes, you call the LAPD when you need help.
I wish we could take what we saw today and be able to spread it out to the community overall, because the type of things that our officers are doing day in and day out on behalf of people they don't even know is pretty impressive. And so I want the public to be able to know that if they need help, we're here for them.
Councilmember Adreen Nazarian joined LA civil rights and community members at a recent Shine LA event. While these cleanups look to the city's future hosting of the Olympics, this one also paid tribute to a former council member whose love of LA always shone through.
Thank you so much for coming out to Shine LA.
Today we had the kickoff of Shine LA in North Hollywood, and it's going to be going throughout the eastern San Fernando Valley. It was wonderful to have the mayor here, the mayor's team here, and we were joined by multiple different nonprofit organizations in the community, all in the spirit of cleaning up our parks, our public spaces, getting them ready for the major world events that we have coming up, but at the same time making sure that we keep it clean as well.
It's a beautiful day to make LA shine, right? Absolutely.
We are building a better and a cleaner Los Angeles with Mayor Karen Bass and Councilmember Nazarian. We are very grateful for the support of Rec and Parks, as well as the Public Works Department and the good folks at Community Beautification for helping us to bring better and cleaner Los Angeles.
We want the world to come and see a beautiful, clean Los Angeles.
The Department of Civil Rights has started a wonderful campaign, re-energized a new campaign of I belong, you belong, we all belong, because the reality is this country, this city, this state was built on immigrant power. It doesn't make sense to pick out any one individual group and say you don't belong. We all belong. We're the very fabric that makes this city great.
We send a powerful message that when it comes to our climate, when it comes to our environment, when it comes to the political environment, that may sometimes seem overwhelming. We are not powerless. We come together. We step up for our community, we stand up for our community, and we are here.
Today, we are celebrating Tom LaBonge Day of Service at the Shine LA event. We are intentional to send a strong message that Los Angeles is united. When we work together, we play together, we live together, and we lift a better Los Angeles.
Thank you very, very much for this day. I mean, man, you know what? Tom would be here. For him, this is what LA is all about.
Number 35 on the channel, number 1 in our hearts.
My family and I are really honored every year. 4 years later, it started in 2021, and to be here now and to see the turnout and the leadership, the partnership with other city departments is really special, and that's what my dad was all about. He knew the names, or at least the street that you lived on, of every person he worked with. You know, he was really interested in connecting with people. He didn't always stay within the boundaries of his own council district. He loved all of the city, and he really cared about making sure people who lived here and who were visiting saw that love and felt it for themselves.
I never knew a better cheerleader for our wonderful city than Tom LaBonge. And so in his memory, in his spirit, we're gonna go about, because LA is for everyone. And let me just say, for everybody, have a wonderful Shine LA Day. Thank you very much.
Councilmember Isabel Jurado joined city leaders and legal enforcers to highlight copper wire theft. This ongoing and pervasive crime drains city resources and has a huge impact on public safety for Angelenos.
We're here today at the 6th Street Bridge to urge Governor Newsom to sign AB 476. That would make sure that folks that are stealing copper wire and selling them ensure that there's accountability there, that recyclers won't be accepting these stolen copper wire that's keeping our city in the dark.
We have to increase the penalties to folks who are stealing copper wire. In this bridge alone, 38,000 square feet was stolen. $11,000 was cashed in on it, but it cost taxpayers $2.3 million just to repair, and the lights are still out today.
What makes our communities and our cities great is its people, right? First and foremost. What supports its people, though, is infrastructure. And us having intact infrastructure that then is able to do the things that it's supposed to do, light up its streets, to make our neighborhood safer, to then power the future by having EV chargers. In order for us to make sure that we're ready for the future, we have to protect it today and make sure that foundation stays in place.
LA County Sheriff's Department has to respond to those calls that include crime. The DA's office has to prosecute those crimes as well. But at the end of the day, they're sending a message to the community that we are watching. And if these penalties go up and the governor signs this bill and people are stealing and they're caught doing that, even the junk dealers and the recyclers who are caught taking it as well, that there's going to be penalties on that. And that the more that we start to increase folks watching this sort of activity, the less value that the copper wire actually has, and we can keep our communities connected and safe.
This issue is so important to our district and our residents, and it's one of the priorities that we have to make sure that we light up CD14 again.
Mayor Bass signs a new executive directive. A decade of revitalization is celebrated at Jordan Downs. And October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. These stories up next on City Beat.
Mayor Karen Bass has signed an executive directive to streamline processes and improve efficiency at Los Angeles World Airports, the Port of LA, and the LA Department of Water and Power. According to Bass, this directive will aid major infrastructure projects by enabling faster decision-making and better financial management. Projects underway include the Convention Center expansion, rebuilding the Palisades, LAX airfield and terminal upgrades, and modernization at the port. The executive directive aims to save time and money for the airport and port as they carry out complex infrastructure and logistics projects. For more information, visit mayor.lacity.gov/press. LA City Housing Authority, HACLA, joined residents and development partners to commemorate a decade of revitalization at Jordan Downs. 10 years of development has brought $664 million of investment into the Watts neighborhood, resulting in 787 affordable homes. At the event, HACLA also announced $6.1 million for a new children's park with the building set to begin in November. According to HACLA, their commitment to Watts continues and includes building more homes for rent and ownership, creating jobs, and expanding green space. For more information, visit hacla.org. LA City Emergency Management Department is highlighting that October is National Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Staying secure online includes using strong passwords, updating software, turning on multi-factor authentication, and recognizing phishing attacks. In addition, the department advises being cautious of unsolicited messages and to avoid sharing sensitive information or credentials with unknown sources. According to the Emergency Management Department, small, consistent actions can protect your privacy. For more information, visit emergency.lacity.gov.
Over to Wilmington now, where Sparky, the mascot of the Los Angeles Sparks, continued their outreach journey. The LA Sparks basketball team and the city's Department of Aging are working together to bring movement and joy to seniors in the community.
We are at the Wilmington Senior Center, and we are doing a outreach, basically. We're here to bring some positive fun and joy and good vibe to the seniors here.
The Sparks Community Outreach Team, we discussed this partnership of getting seniors active, getting them moving, bringing generations together. They excitingly said yes, and so here we are. We started off in August at the Sparks game, so for a lot of our seniors, it was their first time at a WNBA game. They had a lot of fun. A lot of those same seniors are here today, and generations came together. So we had the children of the seniors, adult children, grandchildren, families, friends, neighbors. They were all there, and we had a great time.
We want to get them up and moving around first, active, having some fun, kind of let them buy into what we're bringing today. We'll do some line dancing, make some good memories, but then we're also going to play some bingo. We have our mascot here, Sparky. He's going to walk around and take some great photos. Oh, we got a special guest. Hold on now. Oh, shoot. That's my guy. So, yeah, he's going to bring some excitement today. So I think that's part of what we really enjoy about being at these centers, is making sure that everybody feels remembered, warm, welcome. And so we're trying to come in and not only pick up on some of that energy and that excitement and that wisdom, but also provide some youth to them as well and make sure that they feel welcomed and loved.
It's been fun. It's been fun. They are really energetic, and yeah, they did give a spark to everybody here at the center. It's uplifting.
Estos lugares son muy esenciales para todos nosotros, porque el cual nos acogen a todos nosotros para venir a pasar un tiempo maravilloso. Necesitamos estos lugares para socializar más con todos nosotros o con todos ellos.
To me, it makes them still feel like they belong, you know, and to get them out here and get them doing stuff as a community, they're having a great time and they feel wanted and still feel youthful.
We just are so thankful to be here. We're thankful that the seniors get a chance to know that they are heard, they're seen, they're valued, they're a valuable member of society. So we're just so thankful, and we're looking forward to more.
Bringing the sounds and sights of the Caribbean to South LA was all part of this heritage celebration. Council President Marquise Harris Dawson joined the community at the 8th Annual Caribbean Heritage Festival.
We're here at the Crenshaw Multiples Plaza for the 8th Annual Caribbean Cultural Festival here in Los Angeles. Goes along with Hollywood Carnival that we have every year. This year is so important. When ICE is out there and our communities are being raided and we're being terrorized by our own federal government, this immigrant community said we're gonna be outside, we're gonna be loud, and we're gonna be together, and we're gonna stand tall for our heritage, also stand tall for our place as Americans and as Angelenos. Festival was excellent.
All the artists performed brilliantly, excellent food. We had a wonderful time. Well, I think it's great to have the whole community, Africans, Trinidad, all the islands, all the Caribbean islands come together and have this, the whole neighborhood. It's wonderful. Blessed.
The Caribbean community is a part of the tapestry of Los Angeles and Southern California, the United States. And so Los Angeles is a very important place to have a celebration. We've got so many people from every country in the Caribbean, Central America, South America, the Americas that originate in the Caribbean. Every year you can count on us being here, celebrating Caribbean heritage, here in South LA, in the heart of the African American community, celebrating this very beautiful, important, and strong diaspora.
We would love to have you next year to join us for this fun event and create great memories with these wonderful performers and great people having the time of their life.
The theme for the 4th annual LA for All campaign is a simple one that bears repeating. We belong. LA's Civil Rights Department celebrated in the city with inclusive events to help give that feeling of belonging to everyone.
We are so excited to have the LA is for Everyone campaign branch out to the We Belong campaign. This week, we are celebrating LA for All Week, and we are launching the Belonging campaign during Latino Heritage Month to send a strong message that all of us belong here.
Especially in this moment where so many attacks are coming from the federal government, we have to continue to reaffirm our commitment to the entire community of Los Angeles, because we know that is a diverse community, and to let people know that we will be there for them, we will protect our families, we will do anything we can to just make sure that we continue to live by our values.
As part of this campaign, our department has been organizing both in-person and virtual Know Your Rights information to help people with family preparation plans, to help them understand truly what their rights are, how to access free legal counseling support, and other critical services.
When segments of our community, many segments of our community, feel unsafe, unsure, uncertain, it's critical that government bodies, entities, and leadership steps up and make sure that everyone feels that they belong, they're part of the family.
We stand with all communities, all faiths, and we want to build a better Los Angeles, and we are doing it by making sure everyone feels like they belong.
A drum can sound out the rhythms of life and unite communities in celebration. That was the case at the Watts Towers Day of the Drum Festival.
We have the 43rd annual Watts Towers Day of the Drum Festival here at the Watts Towers Arts Center campus. It's very important that we continue to do this festival, especially now. People need a break. People need to relax and just enjoy the arts, and that's what we're doing with master musicians. We don't mess around. All of these musicians are local musicians and master musicians. And today, with the Day of the Drum, we've had many different cultures, and that's what we do. We have to introduce each other to other cultures so we can not only appreciate our own festival, but appreciate other cultures.
Nosotros somos de Venezuela y es un honor estar presentando en este festival todos los tambores que hemos traído de nuestro país y compartiendo toda la afro-venezolanidad aquí en Los Ángeles.
There's nowhere else where you see different cultures
playing drums in one place out here in Watts, because there's so many different people, so many different cultures that we have coming down here performing some great music. I mean, it's important for me to be here, and we love doing it. And this is over 40 years we've been doing the Day of the Drum Festival. We love it!
This is my second time I perform on Watts Tower Festival, and today I brought my percussion group with me from Iran, from the Middle East. Now they hear like full ethnic percussion.
So in Brazil, this is part of the heartbeat. This is part of the groove in Brazil, the samba.
I think it's very important to come in person and bring live music, live drumming, celebrate Afro rhythms.
So come on down to the Watts Towers Arts Center campus, because we got a lot of love for you. Need a hug? Come on down.
And the beat goes on for the 43rd year at Watts Towers. 100 years of lighting the way for LA. In this week's feature story, our Maria Hall Brown is in conversation with Miguel Songalang, the head of LA Street Lighting, which is celebrating 100 years in the city.
I'm delighted to be joined today by the Executive Director of the Bureau of LA Street Lighting, Miguel Songalang.
Thank you for having me.
Lovely to have you here.
The mission of the Bureau of Street Lighting is to light the way for Los Angeles. I love that mission.
All right, so let's actually talk about the Bureau legitimately. Sure. 250,000 lamps.
Yeah.
That seems like a lot of light bulbs to change.
Yeah, it is. So 250,000 lights connected by 9,000 miles of underground conduit, 27,000 miles of copper wire that power the whole system. We cover almost every neighborhood in the city of Los Angeles. You know, 2 out of 3 streets in Los Angeles will have a street light on it that we manage.
This must be a really fun celebration to celebrate 100 years and all the stories that these lamps tell.
The street light today is part of the background, right? It's something that we know is there. It provides the service, but the genesis of it, the history is far more kind of creative and innovative than I think one might think.
It's my understanding that each neighborhood kind of was responsible for the design of their own lamps in order to represent the neighborhood. So there's an enormous diversity of style and artisanal qualities to all of these.
That's right, that's right. And what we have now is a unique collection of over 400 different designs. Wow. And that's spread throughout the 470 square miles of the city, right? And it pretty much, as you said, kind of grew up with the city. Different neighborhoods, as they would rise and they would want street lights, they would design their own. So you have Wilshire specials, you would have things like the Broadway special, Hollywood special, Van Nuys special. So there's just different ones that the neighborhoods would kind of adopt and say, this is the one that we wanted.
I think they could legitimately be called art. I mean, some of them have turned into art pieces. Obviously, I think most people know Urban Light, which is in front of LACMA. Right. Are there other art installations that have been done with former practical lights that are now not practical but still worth our attention?
Yes, Sheila Klein's Vermonica that actually shows the progression, time progression of all the different street lights.
With all of the diversity of street lamps to choose from, what is, as the executive director, your favorite?
Well, if you're going to put me on the spot like that, I would say the Wilshire special that we have is an amazing piece, again, just because it kind of harkens back to that origin of us. And it's huge. You would never expect, we have them in the field right now. You would never expect that while you're walking on a sidewalk, there's this 5 foot tall, 2 foot wide like gargantuan streetlight. When you have it next to you, it's that big, right? But when it's up there, it just looks like any other streetlight. Not to say nondescript, but you know, like unassuming kind of light that has a great history.
Well, if people want to learn more about the 100th anniversary or just about how to call in if they need some help with the lighting on their streets or just have any questions, what's the best way for people to get in touch?
The best way for people to get in touch, well, two things, right? If there's any issues that you have with street lighting, please log your service request with MyLA 311 or call 311 itself. For all other things, and if you're inquisitive about our history, please visit lalights.lacity.org.
Thank you so much. This is really, really fun.
In this week's Things to Do, Taste of Soul is back for its 20th year. Get your spook on at Boo at the LA Zoo. And enjoy the original Beetlejuice movie at the Port. All this up next on Things to Do.
Back for the 20th year running, Taste of Soul says they are the largest free one-day street and food festival in California, and we won't argue with that. On Saturday, October 18th, join in the fun at this family-friendly festival along Crenshaw Boulevard between Barack Obama Boulevard and Stalker Avenue. Don't forget your appetite, as there will be over 150 delicious food offerings. Enjoy live entertainment on the music stage, including headliner Montel Jordan. Head to historic Crenshaw Boulevard for all the action at Taste of Soul 2025 on Saturday, October 18th from 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. For more information, visit tasteofsoulLA.org. Get ready for the spooky season with Boo at the LA Zoo. The Halloween spirit will be in full swing for 2 frightfully fun weekends at LA Zoo beginning on Saturday, October 18th and Sunday, October 19th. There will be trick-or-treat stations featuring premium candy giveaways while stocks last. See the animal pumpkin feedings, enjoy themed photo ops around the zoo, and enjoy the interactive education stations. If you dare, you can head to the lair to see scary snakes, frogs, and lizards. Boo at the LA Zoo is free with admission or your LA Zoo membership. For more information, visit lazoo.org. On Friday, October 17th, join the Port of Los Angeles for a free family-friendly fall movie night. The movie is the original Beetlejuice, where a ghostly couple try and scare away the new occupants of their home. Starting at 6 p.m., there will be games and arts and crafts in the outdoor courtyard. Bring a blanket and chairs and settle in for some scares with this 1980s dark fantasy comedy horror film. Head to the Port on Friday, October 17th for the movie screening of Beetlejuice, beginning at 7:30 p.m. For more information, visit lawaterfront.org/events. And that's a look at some things to do.
And that's all for this week. I'm Susan Huckle, and from all of us here at LA This Week, thank you so much for joining us. Remember that you can watch us online anytime at lacityview.org. We're also on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube. See you next time for more LA This Week.
right, good morning and welcome to the regularly scheduled meeting of your Los Angeles City Council. Today is Tuesday, the 14th day of October in the year 2025. Public comment for this morning's meeting will be taken in person in this chamber. Mr. Clerk, if we can begin our proceedings by calling the roll.
Yes, Mr. President. Blumenfield, Harris Dawson, Hernandez, Hutt, Jurado, Lee, McOsker, Nazarian, Padilla, Park, Price, Rahman, Rodriguez, Soto Martinez, Yaroslavsky. 10 members present and a quorum, Mr. President.
All right, first order of business.
Approval of the minutes of October 7, 2025.
Councilmember Rahman moves. Councilmember Hernandez seconds. What's next?
Communitary resolutions for approval.
Councilmember Blumenfield moves. Councilmember Soto Martinez seconds. What's next?
Mr. President, today is Tuesday and it's time for the flag salute.
I'll ask everyone in the chambers to rise and follow along with Councilmember Rahman in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please rise, place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, Mr. Clerk, if we can run through our agenda.
Yes, Mr. President. Items 1 through 15 are items noticed for public hearing. Items 16 through 26 are items for which public hearings have been held. Items 27 through 40 are items for which public hearings have not been held. Items 41 through 44 are closed session items considered by the Budget and Finance Committee. 10 votes are required for consideration.
All right, without objection, those items are before us. Mr. Nazarian, I see you first up to bat with specials.
Thank you, Council President. Item 15 for a separate vote, please.
5-0?
No, 1-5.
1-5, all right. Mr. Blumenfield.
Item 28 for an amendment that's been circulated.
All right. Any other specials? Councilmember Lee?
Thank you, Mr. President. Item number 23 and 24, I'd like to make a verbal recommendation to accept the Public Safety Committee report.
Is there a second to this motion?
Second.
Thank you.
All right. Councilmember Hernandez.
Yes, Council President, I would like to call items 23 and 24 special for a separate vote.
All right, 2, 3, and 2, 4. All right. Council member, any council members on my right side? None? All right. Any other specials? All right. Which items are available for consideration at this time, Mr. Clerk?
Mr. President, there's a request to hold item 21 on the desk.
All right, without objection.
The council may now vote on items 16 through 20, 22, and 25, and 26.
All right, those items are now before us. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
10 ayes.
All right, what's next?
The council may now vote on item 23, for which motion Lee Harris Dawson has been introduced, held on the desk for Councilmember Hernandez for a separate vote.
All right, let's open the roll on that item, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
All
right, what's next?
The council may now consider and vote on item 24, held on the desk for a separate vote, called special by Councilmember Hernandez.
All right, let's open the roll on 24. Councilmember Soto Martinez.
Thank you so much, Council President. Given that this issue is such a one that gets a lot of attention, I just wanted to explain to the public why I'll be voting no on this item today. This was an item that we heard in public safety last week, and part of that vote was actually getting testimony from a lot of the companies that deal with copper wire theft. And so it was a wonderful conversation, and I want to thank the chair, Mr. Lee, for bringing them in, because it was very enlightening. But one of the most enlightening things that I heard there was that some of the private companies offer rewards of $25,000 for anyone who is caught and apprehended for wire theft. And the gentleman said that doesn't work. And so here we are with a $1,000 reward. And I just think, given what I heard in that public safety meeting, I just think this is the best use of city resources and time. In addition to that, we've had conversations about streetlight outages here in the city of Los Angeles, and even the Bureau of Street Lighting has said that 60% of the streetlight outages have nothing to do with theft. In fact, it's just regular maintenance that the city has neglected to do over the years. This should come as no surprise because we haven't assessed our street lighting funds since 1996. We've had to eliminate vacancies and so forth. And so I think the real heart of the issue, although I agree that we should pay attention to copper wire theft, I don't think this really strikes at how we solve the issue. The way we solve the issue is by fortifying our streetlights, hardening them, and putting more resources into the department that is woefully underfunded in this moment. And there are some plans to do that, but I just don't think this is a way we solve the issue that I think the public is asking for. And that's why I'll be registering a no vote for this today.
All right, thank you, Mr. Soto Martinez. Seeing no other comments, let's open the roll on this item, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
9 ayes, 1 no.
Mr. President, the ordinance for item 24 will be held over to Tuesday, October 21st, 2025 for second consideration unless reconsidered.
Today with 10 votes, and it's actually 8 because Mr. Soto Martinez is on here as a yes.
Thank you, Mr. President. And for the record, that would be 8 ayes and 2 noes, and the ordinance will be held over to Tuesday, October 21st, 2025 for second consideration due to the lack of a majority vote.
All right, what's next?
Mr. President, there is a request to send item 19 forthwith.
Without objection.
Mr. President, the council may now move on to closed session items 41 through 44 considered by the Budget and Finance Committee.
All right, we'll hold those until our budget chair is here. What's next?
The council may now proceed to public comment.
All right, I'll turn the floor over to the clerk and the city attorney on public comment, but just as a matter of logistics, there are few enough people here that if you want to speak, you should just line up on the right side of the building, your left, and we'll go in order of folks being lined up. Mr. City Attorney.
Yes, Mr. President. To people providing public comment, when it's your turn to speak, please state which of the agenda items you'd like to speak to. You will have 1 minute per item, up to 3 minutes total for the items open for public comment. We will tell you when your time is up. When speaking on the agenda items, you must be on topic. Our goal is to get through as many speakers as we can. If you are not on topic, or if we cannot tell whether you are on topic, you will get one brief warning from me or the council president. At that point, you need to get immediately and clearly on topic. If you do not do so, or if you again stray off topic, you will forfeit the rest of your speaking time and we will move on to the next speaker. The items open for public comment on the agenda are items number 1 through 15 and items 27 through 40. Again, the items open for public comment on the agenda are items 1 through 15 and items 27 through 40. Members of the public may also speak for up to 1 minute for general public comment. During general public comment, members of the public may speak to any of the items or anything else in the city's subject matter jurisdiction. One more announcement I'd like to, if I could have the interpreters make it aloud to the room, please. If you require a Spanish language interpreter, please make sure to pause every few sentences so the interpreters can interpret.
Si usted requiere interpretación en español, por favor haga una pausa entre sus oraciones para que el intérprete pueda interpretar.
Don't worry, we will pause your time while the interpreters are interpreting, so you will get the same amount of time as everyone else. Thank you.
No se preocupen, vamos a detener el reloj mientras que el intérprete está interpretando y de ese modo va a usted tener la misma cantidad de tiempo que los demás. Gracias.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
Good morning. General comment and item 35, please.
Okay, so you'll have 1 minute for the item and 1 minute for general. Go ahead.
Sounds good. Ani Boyaja, I'm with Central City Association, here to speak in strong support of items 24 and 35. First, I want to express our strong support for the creation of a metal and wire theft reward program. The growing threat of copper wire theft has left communities in the dark, resulting in dangerous outcomes such as loss of connectivity to emergency services, risks to public safety and event security, and significant financial burdens for both the city and our telecommunication partners. Having a metal and wire theft reward program would enhance the public's ability to see something and say something, leading to arrest of individuals engaged in copper wire theft. This would increase accountability, deter criminal activity, and ultimately protect city infrastructure and critical services. Regarding item 35, we applaud Councilmember Jurado's leadership in addressing the rise of copper wire theft and vandalism impacting downtown Los Angeles. These crimes have repeatedly hit the heart of our city, turning downtown's once bright and welcoming streets into dark and uneasy spaces. Downtown LA has been disproportionately affected.
General public comment?
Downtown LA has been disproportionately affected by copper wire theft, leaving major corridors and iconic landmarks like 6th Street Bridge unlit for months at a time. Right now, on average, repairs can take more than 180 days. That's 6 months where lights stay out, businesses lose visibility and nighttime foot traffic, and residents and visitors feel unsafe walking after dark. This isn't just about public safety. It's about protecting our city's vitality. As the city's economic engine, downtown generates roughly 30% of the city's total tax revenue. To keep the engine running and Los Angeles strong, we need targeted attention and investment in our urban core to accelerate outage repair times, upgrade aging infrastructure, and ensure downtown's resources are fortified with a focus on prevention and long-term resilience. That is why CCA is proud to support items 24 and 35. Thank you.
General comment.
Okay, good morning. You have 1 minute.
Item 25 was submitted without apparent legal review. The original motion from 2018 includes an anonymous single page of legal scribblings, which is full of mistakes. Most consequentially, it views the City Council as a limited public forum, whereas it is really a designated public forum. That means you must have content-neutral rules rather than viewpoint-neutral rules. I have uploaded an opinion from City Attorney Delgadillo, which explicitly states that racial slurs may not be prohibited under the U.S. Constitution and should therefore not be treated as disruptive. But the main problem is that there is no functioning oversight, which should have caught this. Brown Act violations are potentially criminal violations which cannot be remedied through the civil process. And while First Amendment violations might not cause immediate physical harm, other legal violations by the city are getting people killed. Since the DA won't do its job, it's your responsibility to ask the governor for...
Speaker, your time has expired. Next speaker.
As submitted on the kiosk, all items and general public comment.
Okay, good morning. You have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general. Please begin with the items.
So item 27 refers to traffic control services for the protest that was like 2 weeks ago. So it doesn't specify what these traffic control services are. So I'm hoping that that does not include LAPD brutalizing protesters or anything like that, because that's frequently what traffic control seems to entail. So let's move on. We have mental health services in CD3. Hopefully that's providing like actual mental health services and not just criminalizing people. So let's see, we have item 30, which is related to the Just Say Hello public service announcement, extending it for another month or so. How about some actual efforts to further civil rights in the city? How about some fighting against the fascist, authoritarian dictator wannabe in the White House who's creating all kinds of hateful policies and harming people? Maybe actually fight towards civil rights instead of just creating a few street banners that say "Just Say Hello." Like that's not even the bare minimum of what you should be doing to fight for civil rights in this country, especially with what's going on right now. So we move on to item 33, Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Just want to make everyone aware that 40% of cops beat up their wives. Okay, let's move on to item 34, the public restroom in C13. How about, in addition to this public restroom, how about you open up all the other public restrooms that you closed off to give more money to the LAPD? There's a lot of restrooms that are still just sitting out there fenced off because you cut the budget for public restrooms. So maybe you should also reopen all those public restrooms that you closed off. Let's see. Let's move on to item 36. Lights on after school. How about you work to fix all the street lights so the lights will be on after school? Let's move on to item 37, Latino Heritage Month. How about you fire Jim McDonnell so that the LAPD will stop, because the LAPD is assisting ICE in terrorizing the Latino community. So let's move on to, I guess we're pretty much at general public comments here.
Okay, you have 1 minute.
So Isabel doesn't seem to be here. She's too busy brutalizing, sweeping unhoused people in this stormy weather. So we have Ulysses. You did a massive sweep last weekend. Well, you have anything to say about that? Because it sounds like you were kind of terrorizing, you and your staffers were kind of terrorizing the unhoused community over in the Westlake area, MacArthur Park area. So, yeah, what's going on with that? Because you said you weren't going to do that kind of thing. But here we are, you're working with your office is working with LAPD to brutalizing unhoused people in your district. So it's stormy weather out there right now. It's flash flooding, thunderstorm warnings. This would be a great day to have call-in comment at this meeting, because there's not even a lot of people here because it's hard to even get out here in all this weather. It took me like 2 hours to get out here today because it's so stormy out there.
Next speaker.
Buenos días.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
Buenos días. ¿De qué puntos en el artículo quiere hablar, en la agenda quiere hablar?
Sobre la ordenanza de trabajo justo de comida rápida.
I would like to
Comentario
talk
público.
I would like to give a public comment on the ordinance for just paying jobs for fast food workers. Adelante.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for general public comment.
Tiene un minuto para comentario general.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Lisette Aguilar. Soy trabajadora en la comida rápida en un McDonald's. Hoy estoy aquí para hablar sobre la necesidad de pasar la ordenanza de trabajo justo en la comida rápida. La capacitación de conocer nuestros derechos es muy importante para nosotros los trabajadores. Es esencial para todos los trabajadores de comida rápida.
Hold on just a second.
¿Me permite, señorita? Gracias. My name is Lisette Aguilar, and I am a fast food worker at the McDonald's. And I'm here to ask to pass the ordinance for fair wages for fast food workers. Training and education is needed for us to know what our rights are, and it's essential for us as workers. Adelante, por favor.
Es muy importante conocer nuestros derechos. Yo pasé muchas situaciones difíciles durante la pandemia. Nuestros empleadores no nos querían dar el equipo necesario para estar seguros, a mí y a mis compañeros. Fue entonces hasta que me uní a la unión y conocí mis derechos. Por eso hoy les pido y les insto a que nos apoyen a pasar esta ordenanza de trabajo justo para la comida rápida para todos los trabajadores. Nuestros empleadores no quieren que conozcamos nuestros derechos.
¿Me permite, por favor? Knowing our rights is so essential for us. During the pandemic, we went through a lot, including not being given the tools that we needed to remain safe. Our bosses don't want us to know what our rights are, and it's so important for us to know. It wasn't until I joined the union that I got to learn what my rights were as a worker. And I am asking you to please pass this ordinance for fair wages for fast food workers. Adelante.
Por eso debemos asegurarnos de que todos los trabajadores reciban la capacitación.
Okay, so
That's why we must make sure that all fast food workers receive the training that they need in terms of what their rights are.
next speaker.
I'm continuing with reading Directed Energy Attacks by Ron Johnson. Ron Johnson is more conservative than Trump. So I have Okay, energy weapon systems are well known for being able to attack every organ in the body, including the eyes, and so there really is no limit as to what can be affected. By the way, this guy is an electronic engineer, and if you start reading his thing, he's describing an oscilloscope and all these electrical equipment, and I realized, yeah, this guy really is, even though he's on the right, and he calls us the something state. And he says we are the ones that are hiding stuff that he needs to be shielded. It's kind of funny. I don't agree with this guy at all. However, he's an expert. He's an electrician. The woman also that Renee Pittman, she's a black lady in Palmdale, and she's also religious. So
Speaker, your time has expired. And is there anyone else here for public comment? And Mr. President, it appears as though we have exhausted public comment. Would you like to close?
All right, that concludes public comment. Mr. Clerk, what's next?
Mr. President, there is a request to send item 25 forthwith.
Without objection, that'll be the order. What's next?
The council may now vote on items 1 through 14, 27, and 29 through 40.
All right, let's open the roll on these items. Close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
All right, what's next?
The council may now consider item 15, called special by Councilmember Nazarian.
All right, Mr. Nazarian, comments? No comments? All right, so let's open the roll. Do we have to open the roll on these amendments separately, or can we do it as one?
The item can be voted on as one item, sir.
All right, let's open the roll on item number 15. Close the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 ayes, 2 noes.
All right.
Mr. President, in regards to the ordinance for 15A, the ordinance requires 12 unanimous votes. Therefore, this ordinance will be held over to Tuesday, October 21st, 2025 for a second consideration. There is a request to send the ordinances in item 15B forthwith.
All right, without objection, what's next?
The council may now consider items 41 through 44, which are closed session items considered by the Budget and Finance Committee.
All right, we'll hear from our budget chair on these items.
Thank you, Council President. Budget and Finance considered and approved items 41 through 44 in committee on October 7th, and I recommend we approve these items. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Clerk, if we can read the details into the record and call the roll.
Yes, Mr. President. For item 41, in the case relative to Cynthia Menchaca versus City of Los Angeles et al., there's a recommendation to expend up to $112,500 in settlement. For item 42, in the case entitled Stella Canadian versus County of Los Angeles et al., there's a recommendation to expend up to $150,000 in settlement. For item 43, in the case entitled Maritza Garixian versus City of Los Angeles et al., there's a recommendation to expend up to $280,000 in settlement. And for item 44, in the case entitled Maria del Carmen Gonzalez versus City of Los Angeles et al., there is a recommendation to expend up to $375,000 in settlement.
All right, so those items are before us. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
All right, what's next?
The council may now consider item 21, held for Councilmember Yaroslavsky.
Councilmember Yaroslavsky, comments?
No, just have a minor technical amendment.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. So that item as amended is before us. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
Mr. President, the amending motion has not been distributed at this point.
All right. So let's table this item.
I have it. It's been circulated.
There's a dispute about whether or not it's been circulated. All right, we're going to hold item 21 until we get that resolved. Let's go to item number 28. Mr. Blumenfield, comments?
No.
No comments? All right. Let's...
Mr. President, the amending motion for item 28 has yet to be distributed as well.
All right. So we are in... do we have announcements, members? Councilmember Hutt.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good morning, everyone. Today, I'm excited to announce that we have an international visitor. His name is Red Child. Please stand up. He's here from Germany. He's an international rap artist, someone that is well known in the dance scene, especially with Red Bull. And this is the first time that he's come to the City of Los Angeles Council Chambers, and I just want to welcome him and show him some of the great work that we do here.
Thank you so much,
Red Child.
Councilmember Hutt, and welcome, welcome, welcome. And thank you for being here, and thank you for being part of the Red Bull competitions, a very, very important cultural events that happen in the city of Los Angeles, and we count on people from around the world participating so that those events are successful. So thank you for being here, and thank you for visiting City Hall. Councilmember Hernandez.
Thank you, Council President. Hi, team. Everyone, I would like to invite you all to Música en Poemas, The Power of Us. It's a music festival and poetry festival that's going to be taking place in the heart of Highland Park. We're going to be closing down Figueroa from 1 to 6 p.m. We're going to have a kids stage with a magician, children acts, children musicians, and we're also going to have an adult stage with bands like BWA, and many others who are going to be providing some phenomenal entertainment. You can try food from Las Cazuelas and a bunch of other small businesses that line the Figueroa corridor. Again, this is Música en Poemas, The Power of Us, music festival, poetry festival taking place in Highland Park this Saturday from 1 to 6 p.m. on Figueroa Boulevard. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Clerk, we ready to take votes?
Yes, sir. The council may now consider item 21, for which amending motion 21A, Yaroslavsky Blumenfield, has been introduced, circulated, and posted on the bulletin board.
All right, let's open the roll on that item. Close the roll. Tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
All right, what's next?
The council may now consider item 28, for which amending motion 28A, Bloomfield Ramen, has been introduced, circulated, and posted on the bulletin board.
All right, let's open the roll on that item. Close the roll. Tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
All right, what's next?
Council has motions for posting and referral.
They are posted and referred. Additional announcements, members? All right, additional announcements. Seeing no additional announcements, I'll ask that everybody in the chamber rise for adjourning motions. Any adjourning motions to my left? Adjourning motions to my right? All right, seeing none, we are adjourned. See you all tomorrow morning.
No, they do not. We don't want that to happen.
As far as the horses are concerned, A-quarter horses, you know, as I said, are sturdy, even if they might not be as large as a thoroughbred, but they also have endurance capacity,
Absolutely,
correct?
yes.
So they can go out and be
Yes.
walking around for a long, long
Yes.
time.
And in regards to that, we usually work at about a 6-hour at the most day. So we work for 6 hours, the horses come back and we do our paperwork. So if we arrest somebody, if we get a call, if we get this or that, our horses don't just sit there on the trailer, they come back and we do all of our paperwork after the fact. So these horses, just like police cars, are very, very well taken care of because I am on them all day long and I want to have a good day just like they do. So
Sure.
they come back to this beautiful facility here
No,
and eat.
it's huge too, by the way. You have 24 right now, but how many could it hold if you
This
had?
is a 40-horse barn.
Oh, wow.
So at one point, I think we were at in the low 30s as far as horses are concerned. last maybe 5-6 years, we've done a lot of horse rescues where we don't take our horses. So like maybe in Sylmar, maybe a fire starts.
Oh, right.
And it's a huge horse area. They'll ask us to drive out because we all have
Experience,
We all
yeah.
have experience with horses and driving our trailers. We have obviously lights and sirens, so when they block off the streets, maybe you own horses, you can't get to your horses, which are your love of your life.
Right.
You call us and say, can you please go rescue my horses? The fire's coming up over the hill, so we will drive out, we will rescue your horses. And I think the first time we did it, we rescued like 70-something horses
Wow.
in maybe a 2-day span.
What a nimble unit you guys are for all of the things you need to do.
Yep. The horses are in uniform, so this is their uniform pad that we ride in the streets with that goes under the saddle. So our day consists of getting here, getting our horse ready. Getting our horse ready means brushing, picking their feet. Maybe they need a bath. Maybe obviously their hair has to be brushed. We put their saddles on, their pads on, their bridles, and then we take them out to the arena and we warm them up. This is our arena that we warm up every day. We do our training. Rob Morales is one of our officers, and Ernie is the horse that he's on for the day. This is probably his 3rd or 4th day in a row that he's been working, so his warm-up consists of a little bit less. So he's already walked him and trotted him, so now he's doing a nice leisure, slow lope, just figuring out if the horse's mind is right for the day. I'll show you guys right here if you can see
There are
it.
basketball hoops out here.
They're literally basketball hoops, and everyone
You guys are just playing around.
Yeah.
That's all you're doing.
Everyone looks and says, what in the world, you play basketball on horse? Well, yes, we do, and there's a lot of reasons why we do it. It is a very, very, very good tool that we use to train our horses. We're using a lot less hands on the horse. Instead of using our legs, we use our legs to steer the horse. If the ball falls on the ground, you have to dismount and mount back up. So it's a lot of dismounting and mounting.
Do they like to play basketball, by the way, when they're out here, or do they
Yeah,
think, what the heck is going on with these guys?
They do. It's all, and they're interacting with all their buddies in the barn, so they
All right.
they like it as well. So
All right. Is he your buddy?
He's my buddy and he's my regular partner.
Okay.
So like right here, Rob's side passing left and right. He's just kind of seeing what he's got for the day. So he'll go left and right. So if he sees something in the street that he needs to go by, maybe it's a flare or something, he'll be side pass to the left, which means move your horse to the left or right, and goes right by it. So we'll come over here. I'll show you. Rob, can you bring Ernie over? This is the attire that the horse uses out in the streets. He's got his own badge. 114 is
Does
our.
that match?
114 is our division
Okay.
number that we have. So Metropolitan Division, 114 is our division number. Today we're working South LA, so we're getting him ready to
So when you
head
say he's
down.
working South LA, we're going to see that happen, but really they're
Yeah.
just going to patrol?
Yeah, so we're going down to South Los Angeles. There's an increase of crime, so what better tool to use than this officer on a horse, just like I told you before, is a huge visual presence of police in the area. So we use Ernie and we use Rob.
Okay, so obviously it's a police presence, but he's a sweetheart. So there's also that component of calming a situation down.
Yes.
And you've noticed that has practically worked.
Absolutely. You'll see within the next half hour when we leave and we go down there, we're going to go to a particular park. We're going to walk through the park. You'll see the kids running up to us, the parents just loving it. You'll see just the people that live in the neighborhood. Everybody is friendly and talking and pictures and you name it. We're probably on 1 million different Facebook and Instagram pictures. Probably the worst part of our job is to do all the police officer funerals. So it's a military tradition to do a riderless. It's called the riderless horse
Yeah,
detail.
That's very emotional.
And also for a horse, it's a military tradition to use a dark-colored horse. And I don't know if you've seen it, but they invert the boots and put it backwards. It signifies like it's the commander's last stand going into a battle. So we do the riderless horse, and this is our horse that we do it with. He's just probably, if Whitewater wasn't around, because Whitewater is our best horse, this is probably the next best horse. He is just,
He's very regal. I see why he's chosen.
He's just an amazing horse. Does everything really, really well.
Hi, Stetson.
He is the centerpiece for that riderless horse detail.
Thank you for your service.
This one's new. Just turned 6. He's been here for maybe a year. I say to a lot of people that want to come to this unit, yes, it's a blast riding a horse in the streets of LA, but you got to remember, in the dead of summer, I don't have an air conditioner. In the winter, you're cold. The horses are 1,200 pounds of muscle that you need to deal with, so there's a lot going on. It isn't all smile, wave, and nod. There's a lot to it. We will try the horse for 30 days, testing it from A to Z. We'll start it with just interacting with the other horses, to maybe walking them in the streets, having buses go by. Somebody a little bit more experienced, like myself, will take them in the streets to teach them what in the world to do in the streets. We're training all the time when we're out working in the streets, so I'm not just nonchalantly walking around for no reason. Yeah.